All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap video. I'm gonna be going over the 3 trades that I am in or I currently just sold. So I'm in one currently and I sold 2 that I've been in for the last couple days. The first one I want to go over is RKLB, which was a super unfortunate kind of trade that happened, right? Still was a winner, so I'm not really mad about it. Still respecting my rules, still not mad about that. But basically, right, we take a 40% win on RKLB, right? I went over this trade yesterday, why I took it, so I'll just basically go over why I ended up selling it today or what happened when I sold it, right? So I took a 40% trim yesterday, holding my stop losses at break even, right? When you get 40% moves, anything above like 25, 30%, right? You want to obviously trim your position and put your stop losses at break even. So that way you're basically putting your trade at a risk-free mode, right? So that means you can't lose. It's impossible to lose in this trade if it does end up coming back down to break even. But that's what happened, right? Taking some trims off yesterday, putting my stop loss at break even, which when I do that, I'm basically actually putting orders in the brokerage at my break even. So it's like as soon as it hits that, as soon as the option hits my break even, it'll sell it automatically. That way I don't have to do it myself. But that's what happened, right? So I'll go over exactly what happened on that real quick. So pretty much, right, we had that breakout Friday, took it yesterday on Monday, as it kind of just dipped off the morning, was turning red to green, which is a really bullish move, right? So we take the trade off the 90 MA, it starts to push up to the highs, take it, made 40% on that breakout, and then today, similar price action to yesterday, right? Just dips off the morning, retest the 90 MA for that bigger breakout. So this one actually went up 10% or 9% today. So a bigger breakout than yesterday. And I'll show you the exact moment it actually ticked me out. I remember first 15 minutes, right, similar to yesterday, right? You can see yesterday dips off the morning just to rip the end of the day. Same thing, right? Bigger dip off the morning. I think it like bottom ticked me right here for a stop loss, right? I entered it down here, or over here on Monday. So pretty much right where I entered at, hits my stop loss, sells it just for it to rip 150%, right? Sucks. It really does suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I won't sit here and say it doesn't, but it sucks. But I'm not mad. I still took a nice win on that. I'll win on that yesterday, and it still actually ended up playing out exactly how I wanted it to. So I'm not gonna be mad about that. So that's what happened to RKLB. This thing, this thing is hitting my 2 targets that I wanted to, and it's just at all-time highs here. So this thing can just fly to 100 at this point, which I really don't want it to be honest. At that point, I will get mad if it ends up hitting 100 soon before my expiration, because I was in February contract. So if it's 100 before it hitting my stop loss, then I'm actually gonna lose my shit. But regardless, right, great trade. So I'll go over to LUNR real quick. This one's pretty quick. This one wasn't really a fancy trade, right? This was a small 30% winner. All these are entered and alerted on Discord, so I can pull them up, but you can probably go see these. So I entered these on Friday on this big breakout here. This is kind of a different trade that I talked about, that I talk about normally on breakouts, but I entered this kind of just wanting a momentum move, kind of, right? I wanted a bigger explosive move that it has happened over the last 2 days, kind of just slowly moving up, not really doing anything crazy. So ended up taking the win on this. I've only been trimming around like 15 to 20% the last few days. Not really. I mean, I wanted more, a bigger move than that, but I ended up trimming my last one today. Even it's slowly grinding, it hasn't really hit my stop loss. It's just I only have one contract, so I don't really care. So I ended up selling it for 30%. Right, it's hit my first target at 19. But this thing can, this thing still looks good. I think this could probably set up a little bit better. It's just kind of getting a little extended here from the moving averages. So we'll keep looking at this one. And then the trade I want to talk about from today is on Path, which unfortunately I wasn't able to alert this one. Right, I put it in there. I was like, man, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to alert it. It kind of just happened all too quick. Right, I wasn't really paying attention to this one until my alert hit, right? So obviously on TradingView, I'm having, alerts on every single stock that I'm watching, whether it's setting up soon, keeping on watch, or my focus list, right? All 3 of these little tabs here. I have all these alerts set. So when the price gets to that point, it just alerts me. So this was something I wasn't really paying attention to today, but ends up getting through 16.5, which is that target I was looking at to entering. And I'll show you the entry now, but pretty much, let me pull these up. So I entered, so I took these, right? I mean, it's already at 22% here. This is how fast these things were moving, right? I saw some flow happening in the contracts, on the February contracts. So I started just buying it. Kind of got a little late of an entry. So I bought 10 of these, I think around 0.7 something. Ends up ripping 22% by the time I'm like placing it, trying to look at the chart, put my targets out on the chart, and then come back to the screenshot and stuff. So it all ended up happening too fast. That's why I wasn't able to alert it. I didn't want to really alert a late entry just in case someone wants to chase high. But yeah, so I alerted these, or I didn't alert, I took these at around 16.5, targeted about 16.74, and then 17.35, and then my third target is gonna be 18. So I took some trends around 30%, took some trends around 45%. I think they're sitting around 50% right now. Let me see. So I took this screenshot earlier. So around 45%. So I have about 4 left after that 45%. So I'm still in these currently. These are just runners at this point, right? I want to trim some at 17.35, and I'll probably end up, fully targeting 18 after probably taking 1 or 2 off at 17.3. Let me see what these are probably at 50 something percent now. So yeah, 54% right here. I don't know if you can see that. So my camera's kind of janky, so I don't know. Okay, you can, let me see. All right, well, regardless, that 54%, I'm trying to show you, but my camera is a $5 freaking camera. But so in those, the reason I took these, I'll go over that real quick. So basically, it's obviously breaking out of this wedge here on this daily chart. You can see that holding up on the 21 and the 9, or the 21 and the 50, right? So these are pretty big EMAs to be holding, right? It's breaking out here, and a lot of these stocks have been breaking out the last few days. So definitely something I wanted to get into, especially because this is a pretty strong stock, right? We kind of broke out a couple weeks ago on some really good earnings, kind of consolidated, pulled back a little bit on some low volume to the moving averages, and it looks like it just wants to continue higher. So that's kind of the reason why I took that. Wasn't really on my main watch, but it was still a stock that looked really good. And yeah, so I'll show you the entry real quick before heading out. So basically, I took this on this 15-minute candle here, right? Obviously, I'm waiting for the 15-minute candle to close before entering. So I entered it as soon as this candle was basically about to close, right? 2 seconds left. Entered these around here, and then the next literally like 5 seconds, it rips out through that 16.5. So this is a slight early entry. I was trying to catch it before the big move. Typically, when you wait for these breakouts to happen on certain stocks, right, they will just end up ripping through your entry point and then never coming back to pull back or just giving you a chance to get in. So I kind of wanted to take an early entry on that after seeing a big push here intraday here, and then I took them, ends up ripping completely through the first take profit at 16.7, and then now it's just kind of end of day, kind of slowly grinding here, but still targeting 17.3. So that was kind of the entry here. That's why I liked that and why I took it. And yeah, those are the 3 trades. I wanted to get into IWM actually. All right, I've been posted this one, and it looks really good on this breakout. This would have been a really clean entry, right? If you just dropped down to the 5. I mean, even the 15-minute was a good entry, but literally just taking it as soon as it breaks that 253 spot, right? We had the rejection here earlier today, ends up coming back and then breaking out of there. And this daily chart was looking phenomenal, right? This daily chart looks beautiful. It's breaking out here. This will probably be a multi-day run here. All-time highs are probably in the view for this week. So that was a good one. And then obviously some of the stocks I was watching didn't really end up playing yet. Still not invalidated, but maybe in the next couple of days will be a good entry. And the AXP is also another one I was kind of looking at, but not really a fan of trading the kind of options on this. So yep, those were the 3 trades. Hope you guys learned something. I promise the next one I will alert and I'll get a big banger on it. Unfortunately, this is like the big trade for the week so far, and I wasn't able to alert it, so that kind of sucks. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll find another trade like that and I'll alert it.